What's good, guys? It's your boy King here from Team Victory Star, and today I'm actually here bringing you guys a video. I'm actually going to be trying out this new kind of setup. I used to post games, or I still post games on the Team Victory Star page, but in the past we actually have done it where it's live audio of me or whomever versus whomever. And I want to kind of try post commentary just to see how I feel or how I think the video would turn out. If you guys actually like the post commentary, let me know in the comments below. And I will continue to do more post commentary. The next couple of battle videos are going to be seen on Team Victory Star will be post commentary by yours truly. I actually tried to get another member of Team Victory Star to help me with this. But like I said, in the past video, we are all currently, we're all having lives. We all have lives. It's hard for all of us to meet up at the same time and stuff. And it'd be kind of weird for me to do it on Skype. So I'm deciding not to do that. Also, sorry if the camera looked a little weird at first. I was trying to actually set it up to get the right angle and stuff and everything. And it looks like Hossecker's going first, which is really, really important. On the right, you actually see, or I'm actually going to refer to them by their first names. Even though I know both these chaps in real life, and they're pretty nice guys. This is actually League Challenge footage, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But on the right, David is actually playing a Fairy Box deck with Giratina. And on the left, Connor is going to be playing Mega Ray, Jolteon, Hoopa, Shaman, stuff. This is actually footage from this past Monday. Monday I gotta remember my dates. The 12th? Yeah, the 12th. That's when it was. The League Challenge we had on the 12th. It was very, very, pretty well ran, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. And it was a good time. It was the first time I actually played Pokemon in about a month. But anyways, back to the game. David's actually going to attach a Spirit Link to his active Gardevoir. That's the Gardevoir from Steam Siege. It actually has an attack, which for its first attack for a Fairy and a Colorless does 30. If you have the same amount of energy attached to both actives, then it does 100 damage. And its second attack for 2 Fairy and a Colorless does 120, and you discard a Fairy. Anyways, though, on to Connor's turn of the game. He's going to draw, and then he's going to Ultra Ball. We have Mega Turbo, and then Hex Maniac. And he's actually, I think, going to grab a Hoopa here. Because, Hoopa is the heart and soul of the Mega Rayquaza decks. The whole premise of Mega Ray is to flood your bench with a lot of Pokemon and hit really good numbers with Emerald Break. And the whole purpose of David's deck is to actually counter meta you by either using a 90x attacker, a big heavy mega, or a EX that simply counters other mega decks and denies you of special energy, rather being Xerneas/Xerneas Break, Gardevoir, either from Primal Clash/Generations or the Steam Siege one. Which is pretty interesting. And he also has Giratina in the deck, which allows him to be immune to Megas. And this is really important in this specific matchup since Connor's main attacker is a Mega Pokemon. Sorry if you heard my keyboard click, by the way, on my iPhone. But anyways, Connor's going to Transmail for an N here. And I think he's actually going to play the N after a previous setup, I believe, that he did with two, or he also benched the 2 Jolteon and the Ray, I believe, that he got. Or no, he got a Mega, I believe, off this. And he was debating on playing an N, I think. I think that's what that's where we're at. Yeah. And I believe Connor's going to play the N here. It just makes the most sense. He may Ultra Ball, potentially. Or he could even, he could discard his hand a little to play the Shaman to draw more cards, but he's going to end here. Both players are each getting 6, which is pretty nice. By the way, it's important to note that David retreated his Gardevoir because I had free retreat from the Fairy Garden into the Shaman. And that's a pretty solid play just in case if Connor was able to get the turn 1 Mega Rayquaza hitting for a lot of damage. Because that is possible. You could have hit the Spirit Link Mega DCE Mega Turbo and then have like 7 bench or 6 bench to do 180. And it's important to note that David is actually playing both of the Gardevoirs. So his first Gardevoir, the one from Generations or Primal Clash, for 2 Fairy and a colorless, it does 30 times the amount of all Fairy energy attached to all of your Pokemon in play, which is pretty good. And oh, my bad. This is actually a cute little scenario that happened. Connor, when they shuffled their decks from the end, Connor, I guess, had a Shaman from the deck that got flipped out, and they just caught it. But it didn't matter anyway because Connor was like, I'm just going to play this Hoopa, so I'm going to Hoopa for that Shaman just to, make things irrelevant. But David is playing both the Gardevoirs. The one from Generations does 30 times the amount of Fairy Energy attached to all of your Mons. And then the new one from Steam Siege is actually pretty solid too. Despair Ray for a colorless and a Fairy Energy does 110, and you may discard as many bench Pokemon as you like. This attack does 10 more damage for each bench Pokemon you discard in this way. It has 210 HP, and it's dual typing, which is important to note. It's Psychic and Fairy as opposed to just Fairy, like the one from Generations and Primal Clash is. So that's pretty interesting to note. I believe we're now on David's turn. He just drew, if I'm correct. And I think he's going to play this Lysander. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. He's going to Super Rod back in the Fairy Energy here. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, I guess it's one card out of his hand. Because I think he's trying to set up for a Shaman here to get a decent amount of cards as well as a Lysander off. And he's going to Lysander this Hoopa because I believe he top decked the Lysander. And he's just like, I'm just going to stall because I kind of got nothing here. He's thinking where to attach his Fighting Fury Belt. And the best play kind of looks like the Shaman. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to attach it to the Shaman as well as a Fairy Energy. And he's going to set up for, I believe, 5 here. Or no, 4, my bad. He's going to hit a Max Elixir. And a Max Elixir will let you look at the top 6, attach a basic energy if you find one to one of your benched basic Pokemon. And he hit one, so he's going to attach that Fairy Energy to his benched Xerneas. Xerneas has the attack Geomancy, which allows you to search your deck for up to 2 Fairy Energy and attach 1 Fairy Energy, or 2 Fairy Energies to 2 of your benched Pokemon. So like 1 to each of them, not 2 to each of them, is what I'm trying to say. He also benches Giratina, which is really, really important to know. That helps him, like I said, with his Mega matchup. And he's going to go for the Geomancy to accelerate some Fairy Energies on his board. And Connor draws. He hits a Sycamore, which is pretty interesting here. Connor's hand is honestly pretty solid. He's got a DCE for his Mega Ray. He's got a Trainer's Mail, so that way he can actually potentially fish out a Lysander here for that Giratina. Or that Gardevoir, I mean, my bad. He can't hit the Giratina, which is a little funny. Or he could even Hex here if he wanted to, I guess. Just prevent David from getting set up even more. But he's going to grab the Spirit Link. He also hit 2 Puzzle of Time there off the Trainer's Mail. But he can only grab one of them, so it's kind of pointless to grab one unless you have the other one in your hand. He's going to attach the Spirit Link to the bench Ray on the bench. And I think he's going to Ultra Ball here, just so he can get a second Mega Ray. He's just thinking, I think, what to discard. He's going to attach the DCE, it looks like, onto something. It looks like he's attaching it to the Mega Ray with the lightning on it, and that's what he's going to do. Which, I mean, it makes sense, so he can get the turn 2 Mega Ray with Emerald Break. He's going to go for the Ultra Ball here. probably discarding. It looks like a full art Pokemon Ranger is in his hand, as well as no, not a Shaman, a Ray. But he's going to discard the Sycamore in his hand. So he's keeping the Ray and the Shaman in his hand, which is a little weird. He's going to grab himself that Mega Ray. I know the glare is kind of hard to see, but it is the colorless Mega Ray. Same one he had. And it's important to note, he was able to evolve into his Mega Turn 1 last turn with the help of Delta Evolution. Delta Evolution allows you to basically... It's like a mini Force the Giant plants on itself, where it's allowed to evolve whenever. It's just important to note that whenever you don't have a Spirit Link attached, your turn ends whenever you evolve it. So it's always good to know. And he's going to set it for 5 here. He hits a Lightning, Verse Seeker, a couple weird stuff. He's going to probably drop that Spirit Link somewhere, I think, if he can. He's just looking through his discard real quickly, seeing what he discarded already. I think he may puzzle, or he's probably going to Verse Seeker N. Here's what I think he's going to do. And it looks like to be the play. Yeah, he's going to Verse Seeker for the end. And I think he's playing it. Yep. So both him and David are going to end, or both Connor and David are going to end up with 6 cards in their hands. Which is pretty solid, I think. I don't think Connor really has to do much else. All he's trying to do here is find the Floatstone so he can retreat the Hoopa. Or some sort of switching card, rather being Switch or Escape Rope, whatever. Or hell, even a Zorba, if he plays Mind Jack Zorba. I don't know if he does. I watched part of this game. I don't think he does, but you never know, man. You never know. So both of them are cutting right now. And each of them are going to get 6 cards. Ossecker looks like he hits 2 Fairy, a Max Elixir, and an N, which is pretty good. Maybe another Max Elixir. I didn't see I don't know if he hit 1 or 2. And the first card I believe Connor drew was the Floatstone. He's gonna attach it, retreat it, and I think he's just gonna Emerald Break here. Knock out that Xerneas, be up a prize, so it's 6-5. I know the camera is kind of hard to see the prizes on Connor's side, but he has 5 prizes. I promise. Actually, I'm making notes of it right now as I speak. And David's thinking who he should promote. If I were him, I'd actually promote the Giratina here. Or not the Giratina, my bad. The Gardevoir. I don't know why I thought Giratina off that. But he's going to send in the Gardevoir, which I believe was the proper play. He's going to go for the Max Elixir here, trying to hit it an extra energy, and he whiffs it, which kind of sucks. He would have loved to have gotten the second attachment there, and I think he's just going to play the N, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to play the N, try to see if he can hit more elixirs, maybe a double dragon for Giratina, whatever he needs. He probably also needs the Mega Gardevoir, so he can attack this turn. Either or is fine, but preferably I think he wants the one from Generations right now. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Both of them are shuffling up. Their deck's nice and tight. And they both are cutting. And they're each going to draw 6. Oh, my bad. Connor's only drawing 5 because he took a prize last turn. Silly me, silly me, silly me. What does David hit? He looks like he hits a baby Xerneas, so he's going to bench that, or the Geomancy Xerneas. He's going to drop a fairy on it. Did he hit the Fairy Garden? Oh, he hit a Spirit Link. And... oh, he may pay the retreat. I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to pay the retreat just so he can Geomancy. Oh, snap. He hit him with the Parallel City. Parallel City. He played it so Connor is discarding, or he can only have up to 3 on his bench. And it looks like he's going to discard 2 Shaman, a Hoopa, and a Jolteon. And he's going to David's going to discard 2 Fairy Energy off his Gardevoir. And I think he's just going to Geomancy onto the Xerneas, with Xerneas onto the Gardevoir and the Giratina. And Connor draws. He's probably thinking how he can respond to this Parallel City. I did not expect David to actually play Parallel City. But that's a pretty cute tech. I honestly thought he was just going to play straight Fairy Garden, so it's kind of cool to see that he plays it. And Connor's looking at his hand. He's got a Lightning Energy, a Spirit Link, an Ultra Ball, a Puzzle. I don't know what the other cards are in his hand. I think he has a Shaman. I think. I don't know. And it looked like a Ranger. Like another full art Ranger. But he's just gonna Emerald Break here for 90. And on to David's turn. He's gonna break into the he's gonna evolve Xerneas, the Xerneas Break. And can potentially use Xerneas' attack Life Stream to do 20 times the amount of energy in play. If he does that, that could be a lot of damage. Looks like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 160 currently right now. If he hits the DC or DDE here, he'll be doing 200. So he'll be 10 shy. So he'll need a DDE and a Max Elixir, assuming I'm reading Xerneas Break right. And he hits the Max Elixir, but I don't think he hit the Double Dragon. He hit a couple Fairy Energy, but that's not going to get him to their number. He's going to go for the Max Elixir, and he whiffed. Oh, but he did get the Double Dragon off of it. If he actually traded one of those Fairy Energy for the Double Dragon, he'd have the KO here. But I'm afraid he's just going to have to go for a Life Stream to do, I think, 160. Which, I mean, hey, getting two-shotted by a Mega Ray to only give up one prize seems like a better prize trade, so that way you can potentially the next turn get 2 prizes off of a Mega Ray. He's going to attach another Fairy Energy to his Gardevoir with the Spirit Link, and it looks like he's going to Geomancy for 1 Fairy Energy onto that Gardevoir, the other Gardevoir on his bench. And it looks like Connor's going to draw here. He's got a couple DC in his hands, so in case of David would like to Lysander here, he cannot do that because he could just pay the retreat. Oh, snap! He hit him with the Delinquent. He's going to discard 3 cards, and David's going to discard 3 cards from his hand and discard that Parallel City. Oh my goodness, that was a clutch play. I did not expect a Delinquent here. He discarded the Double Dragon. Ew. That kind of looks bad. He's going to drop a Double Colorless onto his bench Mega Ray, and he's going to hit him with the Skyfield, and it looks like he's going to set up for, I believe, 4 here. So I think, if I remember correctly, Connor top decked the Delinquent. That's pretty tight. Now he has Double Puzzle in his hand, I think. It looks like it at least. Yes, he does. He does have Double Puzzle. His Double Puzzle, a Lightning. It looks like, oh God, what is that card? What's the card in front of the Lightning Energy? Oh, he's about to play it. We're about to find out. It's a Hawlucha. Oh my gosh. This is the Hawlucha from Steam Siege, which it's like a Lysander effect whenever you bench it. It has the ability which states that whenever you play Hawlucha from your hand onto your bench, you may Lysander. It's basically a Lysander. You choose what your opponent's, or you choose the target of your opponent or of your choosing. It's literally a Lysander every time you bench it. And it looks like he's gonna Emerald Break the Shaman here. So he is currently up. Connor is currently up 4 prizes, if I remember correctly. And David's just gonna VS Seeker for N and just hope that he can clutch back. If he ends him into the Hex here, then it is good game. God, this game is interesting. Super interesting. It just got interesting, at least. Or a Lysander here. A Lysander would kill the benched Shaman with the Fighting Fury Belt. Would do exact math, actually, which is pretty busted. And, oh, my bad. Connor is going to get 3 here. So he didn't kill that Xerneas earlier. And David hit the Double Dragon. And is going to go for that Chaos Wheel for a solid 100 damage. So I'm afraid he's going to be able to only 3-shot him. But Connor is now under Chaos Wheel lock, which means he can no longer play Special Energy, which means he cannot play Double Colorless. So he's forced to attach Lightnings. His only hope is to attach a lightning onto his Jolteon, but it looks like he's got a Hex here. He's got a Hex Maniac here. Can he get one more bench Pokemon? If he gets one more bench Pokemon, he can knock out this Giratina. And I don't think he can. I think he has a Sycamore, Lightning, and Skyfield in his hand, so he's just going to have to hit him with 150 damage. Ew. Alright, now it's David's turn. David's going to draw. He's going to attach a Double Dragon to his benched Giratina. And David, I think, could just Chaos Wheel here. Connor top decks a second VS Seeker. That would be insane. But I don't think he will. The odds of that happening are kind of low. And I think David is just gonna take he's gonna Chaos Wheel for another 100 damage. So now Connor's Mega Ray is up to 200 damage. If Connor could find himself a Hex Maniac here, I think he is going to be in an amazing position. Gosh, I don't know what David could do really if he does that. He hits the but he whiffs it. He gets a Spirit Link. So there's a Spirit Link, a Skyfield, and a Sycamore in his hand. I think he just Sycamores here. Yep. It's a pretty solid play. Gonna get 7 cards. He's running pretty low on his deck, I think, too. I think he has like 10 cards left. He hits double puzzle off of it, though. That's pretty big. As well as a Trainer's Mail and an Ultra Ball. And I think he also hit a Ranger. If he hit a Ranger and double puzzle, that would be insane. Oh, never mind. It's a Lysander. So he could potentially win if he is able to KO this Giratina next turn. He could win next turn. This is pretty interesting. I don't think if I were Connor, I would not play the double puzzle right now. I don't think there's really anything you can do right now. But it looks like he's gonna play the double puzzle. He's gonna play Puzzle of Time he's gonna play 2 of them at the same time to let him get 2 cards of his choosing. And he's gonna grab Shaman and VS Seeker here. Oh, nope, never mind. Shaman and nope. Okay, VS Seeker it is. And I think he's gonna just set up for some cards, maybe a card or 2. He's gonna go for the Trainer's Mail here. Finds a Puzzle, a Spirit Link, a Verse Seeker, and a Shaman. So he's probably gonna grab the Verse Seeker. Oh, okay, never mind. He grabs Puzzle of Time. That's actually a pretty solid play. If he hits the second puzzle off of the Shaman, then he'd be in an amazing position to go puzzle back to back, or Puzzle of Time back to back. I mean, sorry, I'm slurring my words. It's currently 12:19 actually as I'm recording this in the morning on a Friday, so this is fun. Anyways, though, those are just little side notes. But it looks like I don't think Connor can find a way to get through this Giratina, so I think he's just going to have to, he can either retreat, and that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to retreat, send it to Lucha to die. So, oh, never mind. Connor's got to fix that damage. That Mega Ray has 200 on it. Should have, or currently has 160. It should be up to 200. But he retreated and passed. David's just going to Ultra Ball here. I hope he catches it. I hope he catches that. I don't think it'll matter too much, but it is important. Mega Ray I did not see a potion happen. There was not a potion / heal 10 damage somewhere on the same turn. No, but he's going to play the end here. He's going to just have to end him out of the game. And it looked like he did. He did really end him, I think, out of the game. Otherwise, I think he could have potentially drew the second Puzzle of Time of his top deck. And now David notices, which is really, really good. Notice the damage, just in case. If it does end up mattering. I don't think it will, but you never know. Connor gets end of 3 and he hits an Ultra Ball, so he can Ultra Ball for a Shaman here. if he has one in his deck, which I believe he does. I think he double puzzled for it. So he can Ultra Ball for Shaman, set up for 6. Assuming, oh snap, David hits him with the freaking, he hits him with Fairy Garden, and then the Chaos Wheel for the knockout. He's going to send in Jolteon, Connor is, and we're going to see a draw. And Connor, oh, cannot play that. That is a tool. You cannot play tools during Chaos Wheel. So just go to Ultra Ball here, the way the Float Stone and the Spirit Link. Oh, this is when I started watching, actually. And Connor's going to grab a Shaman here. And if Connor can hit a Pokemon Ranger here, actually, he can DCE Pokemon Ranger and then use like a Sky Return on a Shaman to prevent him from getting knocked out as well. Or he can preserve a DCE and a Shaman is what I'm trying to say. Or he could just attach to a Jolteon and Flash Ray. Either or is fine. He hits the DCE. Does he hit the second puzzle or the Verse Seeker? And it looks like he whiffed. Ah, dang. Okay, he's going to go for a Super Rod. He's going to throw back in some Pokemon, maybe some basic energy. I think he's going to throw back in Hawlucha, Shaman. So he's going to go throw back in Shaman EX, Hoopa EX, and Jolteon EX. Seems like pretty solid trio. I'd grab Hawlucha personally, but that's just me. So he's going to grab Shaman, Hoopa, and Jolteon. Throw him back into the deck. Oh gosh, now this game got really intense. Man, that sucks. Connor whiffed heavily. He whiffed literally everything that he could have got. I don't see an out. I don't see an out for him. I think he's going to have to Swift here. Oh my goodness. I don't believe it. I'm going to see a Swift here. Yep, he's going to attach a Lightning Energy to Jolteon. Oh, free retreat to Shaman. That's a pretty solid play. Just sack off for Shaman. Or let Shaman get 2-hit KO'd. Oh, never mind. Connor's debating. And he just is going to free retreat to Shaman. And I think he's going to pass it. Yep. And now it's David's turn. David drew a Mega Gardevoir. So he can Mega Gardevoir the Generations 1 / Primal Clash 1 with Brilliant Arrow if he so wishes. But I think he's gonna Chaos Wheel for 100, which is fair. I don't think he really needs to do anything. He just wants to see what Connor does. Connor top decks a Trainer's Mail. He's gonna Trainer's Mail here. He hits a Verse Seeker. Oh snap! He hit the Verse Seeker. Oh man. Now Connor, I think, is gonna Verse Seeker for Pokemon Ranger here. Now he can Pokemon Ranger and use Shaman and Sky Return it, or he could Pokemon Ranger DCE to Jolteon and then have some sort of switching out for his Shaman. Potentially. What is he going to do here? I think he's going to go for the Pokemon Ranger. And yep, he's going to play Pokemon Ranger. And now he's able to attach DCE to his Jolteon. And he could he's just going to pass. So he's going to let the Shaman die. Unless David has a Lysander here. It looks like Connor may be back in the driver's seat again. Who knows? Oh, snap. Here comes the Despair Ray Gardevoir. So you Mega Evolve to the Despair Ray Gardevoir. So now it could be really interesting. He could eventually free retreat and just hit whatever he wants for 160 and discard his entire bench if he so wishes to do that. And that's the really cool thing about Gardevoir is Gardevoir can you can make it so you have no Lysander targets off your bench, which is really, really amazing. But David, I think, is just thinking here. He doesn't really know what to do. He doesn't know how to handle this. Does he want to get knocked out by this Jolteon here? Or does he want to just, pass? He could pass here on the Shaman, but the Shaman would be able to Sky Return for a knockout. So I don't think he wants to do that. He could retreat into like Gardevoir here, but it looks like he's just going to take the knockout. Jolteon comes in. He's going to draw. And I think he's just going to hit him with the Flash Ray. So he's going to go for the Flash Ray for the knockout. Connor is down to 1 prize. I promise he is. And David hits a VS Seeker here. And he benches the Xerneas. And he's going to go for the end. So he actually has cards left in his deck. David was out of cards. So this is really interesting. I think he has 5 cards left in the deck. Maybe 4. And this, I believe, is when time gets called, if I remember correctly. I remember putting a die. Yeah, there you go. I put a die on the coin to signify that it's on, like, turn 0. I didn't really care that if it was on turn 1. So David's turn 0. Thanks, bud. I appreciate it. And he's... Oh, snap. He goes for the Despair Ray, discards, and kills the Jolteon, hits him for 160. I was really confused here. I was like, what the hell? What did he just do? And then now it's turn 1. And Connor, he can't Lysander anything. He drew the Lysander for game. He can't do anything. He's just going to hit him for 90. And then David goes in and Lysanders for the game. Oh my goodness. That was intense. We saw an amazing clutch back from David Hossecker to win round 1 against the Mega Rayquaza Jolteon deck piloted by Connor Mack. So, thank you all for watching. This was a pretty interesting video, I like to think. Hopefully, I did a mediocre job at commentating. I tried to improve on my commentary, or commentating every episode, hopefully, or I will try to at least. But yeah, thank you all for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a like, favorite rating, like I said, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.